Sunshine Cruz's new house? Sunshine Cruz has a house that stands like a proud warrior who has just come home from years at battle. It is quite a bit like her, a movie star who, after 13 troubling years of marriage, fought back and is finally home. She is now on her own, and she is queen of this 3-story proud sanctuary, lording it over 200 square meters of a corner lot in a gated neighborhood. The house is imposing, even massive, to look at. But to Sunshine, the place is exactly right. It's exactly right for me and my girls, the 41-year-old says with a big smile. It's not that big, it's not that small, because I don't want my kids to be surprised from having a beautiful house to suddenly having a small one. The Pep.ph had a chance on September 18, 2018, to be with the Kapuso star in the first ever house pictorial she has granted. She fell in love with the property the first time she saw it on October 20th, 2013. So when I saw this, I didn't look at the others. There was even a for sale sign, so I couldn't let it go. I think it's perfect for me. That she had no big money then was not going to stop her. I haven't bought the house yet. I've already posted a photo on Instagram and post outside the house saying I'm claiming it. This will be my house. Today, Sunshine lives in this house with her 3 daughters by Cesar Montano, Angelina, Isabel, Samantha, and Cheska. Life-changing move. In early 2013, Sunshine Cruz, then 35 years old, decided enough was enough. She upped and left her husband Cesar, who, at that time, was being linked to starlet Krista Miller, taking with her their 3 daughters. Sunshine recounted, "I never thought about leaving my children behind. I know that I can guide the children better." Thereafter, her legal battle to reclaim her life began. But there loomed a big problem. She was picking up the pieces, and she had no job and no money. She had given up showbiz to become a full-time wife when she married Cesar on September 14, 2000. And now there was the extra pressure from Cesar, who, through the house help, told Sunshine, she said, "Your belongings are at the master's, please leave." Yet when it was time to get her last remaining stuff from the house, Cesar, by Sunshine's telling, tried hard to talk her out of it. "When I was taking our things away, he was stopping me. It's a good thing I had the key, but I was really determined. That was the time I really didn't want to. But that's it, I didn't have a house to go to." With just a semi-regular job on ABS-CBN's now defunct morning series, Be Careful with My Heart, where she played the deceased wife of Richard Yap's character, she bravely went house hunting. She was not yet out to buy her model house. She was simply keen to rent a place where the 4 of them could be safe. "I looked at a lot of houses, about 8. So I really looked for a decent house for my children, and a safe one. So it took me, like, 8 houses to 9 houses before I found a place to rent in Quezon City. A modest house in North Susana Executive Village, Quezon City, became their temporary home. In April 2013, she made her TV comeback on ABS-CBN's afternoon series, Carlo J. Capars's Dugong Bahay. 6 months later, she became bolder. She made plans to find a more permanent place, this time in the south of Manila. Goodbye North, hello South. The location of the house was crucial to her move. Actually, at first, what I was considering was Quezon City. That's also what I wanted because it's close to my place of work. And yes, it's familiar. I lived there for years because at that time, the kids were also studying in Quezon City, so I didn't think about transferring. But our experience there wasn't very good, so that's why someone suggested it to me, actually my best friend, Ada June Natividad. "Why don't you consider Piranha Ca? At least your mom is there. When you work, at least your mom can check on the kids." True enough, when Sunshine found the place, she was set. "I feel safe here. I feel like I'll be safer because my mom is nearby. And every time, of course, because I'm a working mom, when I'm at work, at least if something happens to the kids or there's an emergency, my mom can go to her right away." Immersed in her life as a working mom, the purchase of her very first property went by like a breeze. She continues, for less than a year, I rented house in Quezon City, and then the work just kept going, saving, by the grace of God. Until, finally, I decided that it would be a waste to just rent, because the money would just go to waste. On April 2nd, 2014, she moved her children into their new home. People who had her back. Serving as Sunshine's beacon in her transition between housewife to single mom was her mommy Alma, who lent her the money to purchase the multi-million peso house. Looking back, she says, of course, I was really open before. When I separated from my ex, I didn't have money and I was really scared because I thought I would never be able to go back to acting. Then my mom said, why don't you just buy a house? I said, Mom, I might not be able to afford it with the money I have. My mom was generous enough to offer, I'll do it first. Then she paid in cash. To this day, she still issues a check to her mom monthly. Business is business. I still owe her, but only a little, she giggles. I'm paying it off little by little because I don't want my bank account to be empty. I still pay her like rent. So up until now, I've been struggling, like I'm renting. Another person who has been there for her is her best friend Ada June. He was the one who helped me with the interior, Sunshine Beams. What he would do, sometimes with Mama, they would choose, then send me a picture via text. Almost everything you see, he chose. I approved. Fruits of her labor. A minor hiccup of the new house was the distance. Her home is roughly 32 kilometers away from GMA7, the network she is currently affiliated with. And as it happens, her taping is often in Pampanga, again many hours away. The Kapuso actress is philosophical about it. It's just a little adjustment, of course, because I have to leave 3 hours before the call time. Especially during rush hour, sometimes it takes me 4 hours. She adds, but it's all worth it, because I've made a lot of friends here, and the community is quiet. Just practice, but it's still okay. It's fun here. Sunshine makes a countdown of her routine, so I wake up at 3 or 3:30 a.m. I leave at 4 a.m. because my call time there is sometimes 6 a.m. So I just take a bath, go back to sleep. I have a blanket, so I can really sleep. That's my talent. I just lean back. I always sleep really well, Laughing, she says, I'm really jealous of others. I just lean back. I'm really asleep. It's easy because sometimes we tap, usually Kapag na Hati Iangi Puso is in Pampanga. Her series is top billed by Ben Alves, Bibinin, Zoran Legaspi, and Bing Lozaga. But to help her along with the road trips, she purchased 2 comfortable cars, a Toyota Grandia and an Innova, early this year. She paid for them in cash too. My style is, I'll save first, then I'll target it. This is for a car, like that. Dream house. Asked if she has plans of purchasing another house in the future, Sunshine says, one step at a time. She elaborates, oh, I'm not done here yet. We've already talked about the children, Angelina, because Angelina is on the 3rd floor. Sometimes the children, when they're girls, are noisy until they fall asleep. They're noisy. I said, Angelina, maybe next year. I'll give you this room of mine. Her king-size bed merits special mention. This is my expensive bed. I can't get rid of it. I said, it's probably worth 100K. I said, so Angelina, take care of it. I said, this will be yours. You're my eldest. Shine gives Pap.ph an idea of how she plans to renovate the 3rd floor. I'll have it dismantled. I'll make it my own. So I'm still saving it. Just for what? I have my own section. She says this property can be her dream house, but admits it is still lacking one thing. My dream is really a house with a bathtub. I don't have a bathtub, So I'm going to tear down the 3rd floor, put in a bathtub. After that, I can say, this is my dream house. Next goals. The best thing about her life now, Sunshine says, is that she can make decisions on her own. This includes buying things for herself and her daughters with her very own money. Best of all, she can dream endlessly. I have my own goals, the 41-year-old single mom says. In time, she hopes she can have the clout to choose her projects in showbiz. I'm actually giving myself a timeline that, when I'm 50 years old, maybe that's when I won't really be an artist anymore. As long as it's possible, it's still acceptable if there's something good, but I won't think that I need to work to provide for my children. She also plans to go for higher studies. She wants a master's degree in psychology. Smiling, she says, I will eventually become a psychologist. Is there another thing in her wish list? I also want to put up a restaurant eventually, she says, her face glowing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Your support means a lot. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on new content. Always take care.